Hey friend, Chris Vandeviver here from WhyLogicProRules.com, the website that helps you get the most you can out of Apple's Logic Pro. Well, it's the last day of 2020, it's New Year's Eve, and I for one am really looking forward to a new year. It's gotta be better than this past year, right? It's gotta be. But I really wanna take this final moment of the year of 2020 just to express my gratitude and thanks to you, specifically because, if you checked out the website or the channel, subscribe to either or, smash that like button, send a comment, send an email. All that stuff means so much. You have no idea, because without you, the channel just would not even know what to do with itself, truly. Every week I sit down, I create lists of ideas for posts, and I write scripts, and then, I try and film 3 or 4 times on a really bad idea, and then I throw it out. And then every time I go back to a comment or to an email, and that brings me right back to focus on what's actually important to you. And that's the most important bit of all of this. Why Logic Pro Rules exists to help you make music. That's the absolute #1 most important thing to this channel and website. So you help steer where the content goes. So I really want to express my gratitude. Just a little over a year ago, maybe like August of 2019, I posted a video celebrating the fact that the channel had hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. And just a little over a year later, we're at almost 50,000 subscribers here, which blows my mind. I cannot emphasize or express that enough. It seems really easy to be like, yeah, thank you. But no, I had no idea this was going to happen when I started doing this whole thing. So I'm amazed. And again, just thank you. I also just want to share with you a couple of things I've learned through this year of 2020, running the channel and website, and just the last couple years as well. #1, I've learned truly that all people from all walks of life, from all over the planet, are creating amazing music using Logic Pro in their Mac. And that's easy to say and easy to assume, right? Of course, Apple is a big company. But I've received emails from people from Africa to Australia to Canada to the UK to China and everywhere in between. It's just so assuring and exciting to see so many people doing amazing things with this software. It really gets me excited. I also can tell you for a fact that people all over the music industry, from the at-home musician who's just, creating, needs to get something out, not because they need to be a rock star, to platinum producers and everywhere in between. The emails I've received have kind of blown me away. Just to tell you that people all over the industry use Logic Pro for producing, creating, mixing. They truly do. And despite the stereotypes through the years of Logic Pro, that Logic's for this type of musician or creative, but not for the pro, it's totally unfounded. It's people are using all sorts of applications, but Logic Pro is truly a pro application, and it gets me pumped. #2 of the things that I've learned this year is that it's easy to assume that people know the basics of Logic Pro. And what I mean by that is, when I first started posting YouTube videos, I was very concerned about not insulting your intelligence. I was afraid that if I posted something too basic, that, it just wouldn't be helpful to you or anybody else. But I've received a lot of emails from folks who are like, Chris, I love the channel, I love the website, but most of the stuff you talk about is a little past where I'm at. It's a little too advanced. Could you just roll it back, not dumb it down, just meet me where I'm at? And that took a while for the key to turn in my head for me to really internalize that. And while it might be cool to dig into some really tiny detail of Logic that's hidden way deep into the program, like in the environment, which, by the way, I don't know a thing about the environment, so I'm not your guy. But while that could be fun and you might use that one factoid one time in your life, everybody uses the mixer. Everybody uses plugins. They use the library, the loops. Everybody's using these things that seem basic. And really, it's just getting deep on those subjects so you get the most out of it. And that's something I had to learn. #3 on my list is that Logic Pro is just getting better and better and better. And the Macs are getting better and better, especially with these new Apple Silicon Macs. I think it's clear at this point that Apple is behind their Pro applications. It's clear as day to me. 10 was released in 2013. There have been major advancements like Smart Tempo and Drummer and now the Step Sequencer. And this year specifically, it's been just this huge upheaval of bringing Logic to the 21st century of music production. And though maybe, this focus on producing and beat making is not in your wheelhouse, I think there's no question that Logic is going to get those updates and those features that you might be looking for your particular application. I'm just reassured that Apple is standing behind this application. And I'm also reassured that the team at Apple that works on Logic are dreaming up awesome new features to make our lives more creative. I'm really stoked about that. And with the new Macs that are being released, I don't even think we can fathom what the future holds for Logic, for Macs, and for our songwriting and producing and mixing. I don't think we can even imagine what's to come. The last thing I want to share with you are my goals for 2021 for the website and channel. My goal for 2020 was to not do so many screen captures of just Logic, but to get into the craft of making music. So recording, mixing, mastering, editing, studio workflow, songwriting, producing. But then the year, did what it did. Things got crazy and I thought I better just stay in my lane and just keep working on Logic Pro with the screen captures. Now with 2021, it's still a crazy time, but I think there's a way to do these things safely. So I want to start turning the camera away from the computer screen. And me telling you this is kind of me like promising you that this is what's going to happen for the new year. We're going to dig into the craft of music, a little less on the instruction manual type of videos of how to use different aspects of Logic, though, of course, that's what this channel is all about. But I just want to make that promise to you. So again, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a subscriber, for checking this channel out, for liking, for commenting. Again, all that stuff, it means so much. And I'm really looking forward to what the next year brings for all of us. So I hope you have a good final day of 2020, and I'll see you next year.